Hey everybody, it's Kate from Katie Did, and look where I am. I am at the Spencer Opal Mine. I'm so excited. I have been here and dug in their tailings pile many times, and now I have an invitation along with a whole bunch of other creators to come and dig and find a whole bucket full of rocks. So come along. Spencer Opal Mine started doing mine tours earlier this summer. I missed out on the first creator outing because I just come back from Boston and I couldn't stand another trip. But I'm here now and I'm so excited. Look at all these rocks. And look at that view. Woo! I've worked the tailings pile and I have to know what I'm looking for, but I still get distracted by funny, pretty rocks. Look at the crystals in that one. I think this one might have a little color in it. It's a little bit hard to see. We'll put it in the bucket for now and we'll take a look later. I just thought I'd show you what the rock face looks like. Got some folks over here doing a little bit of hard rock mining. I might try digging myself. Kava's very puzzled. Well, I've decided that I'm not a hard rock miner or even a miner. I like to walk and I like to look. So that's what we're gonna do now. Walk and look, walk and look. The obsidian here forms little bubbles, and this is a really cool piece that just kind of formed inside of it. It's like a little fairy cup. This might actually have pink in it.
How our opal formed is off of hot springs, very similar to the Grand Prismatic Spring there in Yellowstone. If you think of what's happening, 50 feet down, 50 feet on the sides, the host rock that's surrounding that spring, the obsidian, is bubbling. And as it bubbles, that liquid from the spring is filling it into it. And during courses of the year, the hot times, the cold times, the water level's rising and lowering, and then it's filling those pockets and solidifying stuff. So in those pockets that you'll see on a rock like that, what's happening is that liquid's filled in, then a cold will come in and solidify a layer for another hot to come in to refill that layer. And that's why you'll see when you have our opals, they're always stacked in layers. With varying, some of those layers are going to have color, some of them are not, and varying thicknesses as well. But to answer your question about what kind of rocks are you going to find the opal in up here, it's going to be ones that are super porous like that, because those real porous rocks are an indicator that there's those air pockets that liquid filled into to eventually solidify to give you that end product that is the opal.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome. This
is a really cool example of how it fills into the seams and layers. Looks like it's not super, this part over here isn't super white, which means that it's probably not that great. So I probably won't try to break it open. On the other hand, it's got a bunch of really interesting pockets, so maybe. This is a very cool little nodule. Doesn't have any of the precious opal in it, I don't think, but really shows you well how it forms. This is interesting. It has kind of the regular opal there and then a kind of a clear opal. I went over to look at this, which is probably, according to what Isaac told me, common opal. That's what the other one was too, the other pink one that I picked up. But I'd like to bring this home anyway because I have a saw and I think it might be really pretty. Maybe I'll take this one instead. Ooh, pretty pink. And it's got these cool vugs here. Isn't that awesome? And while I went over to look at that one, I found this. Some color in there. This isn't the opal that we're looking for, but again, it's got some really pretty clear stuff and some white stuff. I think I'll put that in the bucket, make a decision later. This piece looks like it's got bubbles and just filled with all kinds of different stuff. I don't see any precious opal in there that's like, layers of it, but it sure looks interesting. The stuff around here is a kind of obsidian, and this is a red piece that I just need to take home with me. So this place is so huge that it's just a little bit overwhelming to figure out what to do, what to look for, where to go. So I'm just sitting on a gravel pile looking at rocks, just like I do at the mini mine. This is kind of neat. It's one of those nodules, but it's from a red rock. I might just try to dome polish that and see what it looks like. Here's a piece with a little color in it. Look at that pretty, pretty red. Wow, that's just gemmy. I don't know what it is, but I'm keeping it.
But that same stuff that makes it pink
Yeah?
makes this quartz
Gosh, it's so pretty.
super dark. And this polish is super amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be a good dome polish.
Absolutely
kind of thing.
surrounded by that rhyolite. It takes a beautiful polish. But yeah, it has that same mineralization as what makes our stuff pink. So it really
Nice.
darkens that base color.
Nice. Well, that's gorgeous.
It is. That's actually, I love that stuff.
There's a nice one with some color in it. Maybe this is worth keeping. It's kind of doesn't have a flat surface. That's kind of weird.
It's not precious opal.
Right. So this is common opal, and it has some of that mineralization too. And it's a little tiny piece, so I'm going to take it along. We're going to play with this and see what you can polish and what you can't, and what it looks like. Isaac's bringing me good luck. Look at that.
Look at that. That one's got some colors to it too.
Oh, I'll take that one too.
You take that one.
All right. Well, look at that. My sitting down and looking in the piles of rocks works. Here's another one that's going to be really good for a ring. One of my problems is that I can't stop picking up the stuff that's not really collectible because it's just so pretty. Look at that. But while I was sitting there looking at that, one thing that people might think is that, oh gosh, this is so small. What are you going to do with it? But most of what I use Spencer opal for is making rings. And this is just exactly the right size. It's got color all the way through the top. A little bit of color in that one. This one has a little color in it. That's kind of cool. It's going to take a long time to fill a 5-gallon bucket. This is just common opal with a little bit on the top, but I like the color. All right, this one, you can't really see it very well, but it's got a ton of layers, and there is just a little sparkle right in the middle. Let's see if we can zoom in. This is my prize find of the day. Let's see if we can get some good shots of the flash in here. You can see a little bit right there. Oh, it's not wanting to show up on camera very much. The color bar is not very big on this one, but it's there. Some more really cool obsidian. Look at all the bubbles in this. That's going to look gorgeous cut. It's a nice little one. And it has a little sister. Isn't that cool? It's on a rather big piece of obsidian, so maybe I'll try to break that off. I'm in a new spot. This apparently got a lot of rain. They apparently got a lot of rain in the last few days, and so a lot of this stuff got washed off. So I'm going to see if I can find some. And then I just sat down, found a little piece. Oh, maybe a little bit of color in this one. So again, this one has a tiny little bit of sparkle. It's little, so I'll bring it along. One of the guys that works here brought me this piece. His name is Ty, and the people who are running this place are really, really nice. They're very helpful and very encouraging. Give you lots of information if you ask for it. So I'm told that the rocks that have lots of holes in them that are real porous are good contestants for maybe having some opal inside of them. I had I've got blood all over this one because I poked my finger and bled all over it, but it's okay. Let's see. I think I'll try this one. This one you can see has some opal.
Sorry, I walked right in front of you.
It's all right. I want to give a special thanks to the folks at Spencer Opal Mines for inviting us all to do this. It really was a fantastic experience. A little bit of opal right there. I don't know. Hey, I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, it's possible that there are some pieces of opal in here, some precious opal, but it's a lot of work to get it out when I can find like little pieces just lying on the ground. See, like here, I know there's some precious opal right there, but it's just a tiny little bit, and it probably doesn't go very far back. So I may do some more of this hammering later, but it's definitely not my thing. I just picked up this piece, and it has some really nice color right here. This is one of those bubbles, and so who knows, maybe it goes back all the way. If not, it still has kind of a nice size. Not sure you can see this. Oh yeah, there we go. This has this gorgeous flash right across the face of it. One of the fellows who works here just picked this up and showed it to me. I don't know how deep it goes, but boy, that's pretty. Right now, we're just walking what they call the flats, and this is where I was digging on that mud ball over earlier. And they had a recent rain, which means a lot of this stuff got washed off. I found this one. Not sure there's any color in that one, but I'll throw it in the bucket. It's small. And then this one for sure has color. You can see it. You can see it without even being washed off. This is kind of a neat one. It's got a little flash of color right here. I think this whole layer down here actually is the color bar. Can't really see it very well because of what's on top of it, but it's a decent sized piece. Be fun to work with. This is a nice sized rock, and you can see it's got a color bar right through the middle. They're just not showing up very well on the screen, I don't think, but it's kind of got green flashes. I'll take it. It's so interesting. I've been here about an hour and a half, and all of a sudden my eyes start spotting stuff. So I don't know if it's just that I'm in a really great spot, or if they zoomed in and now I can see what the opals look like. Either way, I'm very happy. Let's see if this one has any color. Nope, no color, just plain opal. Look at this view. This looks like it maybe has some of the precious opal, or at least the good opal, on top of the common opal, on top of the rhyolite. I don't see any color particularly, but I'm going to take it home. I've got a 5-gallon bucket to fill, so maybe it's got color inside that I can't see. It's another piece of common opal that's just darn pretty. See that pink? One thing about having a 5-gallon bucket instead of just a regular standard size wash pail bucket, which is what you get at the mini mine, is that you can bring home things like this and not worry about it. I didn't fill my 5-gallon bucket, and I was there for 5 hours. So that is plenty of room. This place is so huge. This is a huge pile that was dug by the current owner's great-grandfather. Way up there is the seam, and this is the stuff that was on top of the seam. And a lot of it has opal in it as well. So it's just everywhere. The mine crew has been just fantastic from showing us how to do things to bringing us Band-Aids. The rhyolite is pretty sharp. And just somebody just brought me water. They've been showing us pieces that they picked up and gave to us. So just overall, really a great group. Just found this while I'm sitting here drinking my water. Looks like a pretty decent piece, actually.
You're funny.
This one too. I don't know that there's any color in this one, but we're winding on towards lunchtime, and I'm gonna have to leave around 2 because I have to I have to drive back. It's 8.5 hours, so I want to leave, you know, and have a lot of daylight to travel in. So anyway, I'm being a little less picky about what I put in my bucket, and I'm still finding some really wonderful things. I just found these adorable little nodules. Some really nice color in this little one. Nice color. The seam in this one is really nice, and then you can see there's another seam right down at the bottom there. So between the two of them, we should get something good. It's a pretty little nodule. All right, so this is hard rock mining. This is where you go in and you actually break the rock apart to try to find the opal. And honestly, it's a little bit more work than I'm ready to do. So I just thought I'd show it to you. These pink flags are where you're not supposed to go because it's dangerous. It's got a lot of loose dirt there. This is one of my finds that I didn't film. And you can see it's got all the precious opal down there on the bottom. But then the opal itself is right across here, and it might have some color in it as well. So that's a pretty nice one. I love the color here. Well, I'm just getting ready to go and found this in the parking lot. Cool. We are currently having a competition among all the different creators to see who can find the most opal in 20 minutes. No, the best opal in 20 minutes.
That's just the flash.
This is the competition. I didn't win, but it's very fun to see all these people. Wow, what an experience that was. Thanks so much for coming along. I hope you had a great time. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.
Keep on doing.
And now a special announcement. Heart for Rocks will take place in the middle of November, and all of the creators that you have seen here today will get an invite to participate in that, as will my viewers. Heart for Rocks is a charity event. We have an auction and donate the proceeds to a camp for girls for geology, and it's really a lot of fun. So keep your eye out.